What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Terry TV, coming to you live, up close and personal with the U.S. Roundtable Podcast. Yay. Hey, crew.
What's going
What's good, Terry TV? All right, what's good? What's good?
I'm on location. I'm at a 16th birthday party, and we are already drinking. I'm in my car sitting down. It's already a ball, and I'm not even inside of the party, but I'm having a whole party in my car right now.
Oh, well, you know what? We're loving that. And the fact that you're at a Sweet 16 and the booze is flowing, that's even better. So let me go ahead and pour my booze. Get the party going here. Yeah, Khadijah, you got your drink?
I do. It's going to be a little weird. Hot toddy.
All right, hot toddy. It's cold out there.
Oh, you're trying to be lit tonight.
It's a fancy cup.
A hot toddy would take you there.
Look at that cup.
It's a unicorn.
Oh, that's a crazy cup. You gotta have a fancy drink
to
drink with that cup.
Thank you. Christmas present.
No average liquid allowed in that cup.
What do you have mixed in that? What do you have mixed in that hot toddy?
It's E&J, vanilla.
Oh, all right. Well, really quickly, I just want to let everybody know something. We got an email about asking me to clarify about how I snuck the pizza into the movie theater.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
because it still didn't make sense, but you know.
Okay, well, I think, and I went back and watched the show too, and you know what, it didn't. But I just want to let everybody know what I basically do, and even though I'm giving away the secrets, what I basically do is I take all those little plastic tables, I put them all around the pizza to hold the cheese. Then I take a very thin aluminum tray, put that on top. Then I close the box. Then, this is where everybody was confused. I then take the pizza as if I'm folding a book or holding a book, and I put it under my arm, and the coat goes over me, and I hold it that way. Everybody got that?
That's weird. So you have
I still don't see how the cheese is being held. That's all I'm saying.
The cheese is being held.
You can't hold cheese like that. It's impossible, Peter.
It sounds like he's doing like a multi-fold situation.
But the cheese is still going to run. It's just not going to stay like that. It's not.
See, now my new question is, what does it sound like trying to open that box in the theater?
Does it really matter at that
You probably smell like a walking pizza, by the way. You probably smell like a walking pizza. So how could they not know? They probably just felt sorry for you and let him go. He's trying hard. Let him go. That's what I think. There's no way they didn't know you didn't have a pizza.
Well, here's the deal. With that scenario, we also do with Khadijah, we have a backpack, and that's got all the condiments. So the pizza doesn't really smell like garlic or anything. The condiments come out after. You know, the little bags they give you.
You need condiments to make a pizza smell like a pizza? A pizza smells like
nobody smells the garlic. So nobody's smelling the garlic and Parmesan.
No,
I don't put nothing on pizza. You still smell the cheese. It's a pizza.
Well, that's right. Yeah, you can smell the cheese, but it doesn't matter because once you're in, you can do whatever you want. That's what matters. You know, you're in a big.
Well, that's the whole point. But do you have pepperoni on this pizza though, Pete?
No, because you have to hold those.
We don't do pepperoni. That would.
You got to hold those in place too. It's impossible.
Oh, okay. So no pork on the pizza.
Well, you know what though? It might be a good way to hold the cheese is the pepperoni. So maybe we'll do that.
It'll all just come down, Peter. Come on.
It'll
just all be sliding all over.
It's not going to come down because the little tray.
So I don't know. I don't eat pork.
We're all gonna go to the movies together.
Well,
we'll let him do the sneaking food thing.
Well, we got to make sure.
And he'll be this big.
We got to make sure it's a cold day so I can wear the big coat. I mean, if I'm going there in the summertime, they're going to think I'm a drug addict.
Well, yeah, that was my question on the thing.
I think we should try that.
How are you doing this?
But only in the wintertime. Only in the wintertime. You know, I mean, I can't obviously in the summer. Well, you know, you use your other ideas like Khadijah with the book bags, sneaking the Popeyes and all that. But I just wanted to clarify.
I mean, that's the easier route, though. Do you not agree with that? Like, you could put a box in your book bag, but you can't put a whole pizza box in your book bag.
No, you cannot.
No,
not
you
even
can't.
A small box.
Well,
not even a personal pan, I don't think.
I use Ziploc bags if I take pizza.
A pan pizza, maybe.
No, I mean,
not some big. That's
the New Yorker in him. I swear.
I don't know what that is.
Because there's no way. There's no effing way.
The other thing I just want to let everybody know is that we hit the 4,000 sub mark, and we're a little bit over 4,000 subs. So that's the other thing. So we're growing, and I just want to thank everybody out there in virtual world for subscribing. We really appreciate that. Thank you all.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Love is love.
We gotta throw a party for that, right, Travesty?
Of course.
And the other thing,
you can bring your jacket pizza.
Bring pizza for all. Like we all get slices of pizza. That'll be dope.
how should I sneak that in?
Yeah, you the expert. Tell us how.
Right.
You the man.
Yeah, but wait. Are we going to the movies? Are we going to the movies and celebrating, or are we just gonna have pizza?
No, we could probably go to like a nice Italian restaurant or something at that point, right? Do we need to be at, do we need to sneak pizza in the movie theater? I still want to try it though. I'm not going to even front. I want to try it.
I just want to see how it's done.
I'm not going to try that. I'm not going to do it.
Listen, we know we could do it. Come on, we've snuck things in like you wouldn't believe. We already know that. But the other thing I just want to let everybody know regarding the pizza.
I have a Sparrow sighting.
Yep. Apparently,
bird watching.
Yeah, their technical difficulties have changed. The other thing I want to talk about really quickly before we bring our first guest on is, actually our only guest, I should say, is that the U.S. Roundtable Commerce and Service Directory has been added to the site. Everybody, when you have a moment, go check it out, and it'll be populated with more and more people that want us to promote their business, more and more business owners. And on top of that, we also have friends of the U.S. Roundtable. That's also up, and those are people that have made little monetary donations, contributions, and given us a little nice message about keep the show going. They're the ones that really help us keep the show going, and I want to thank all of them as well. So go ahead.
Thanks, guys.
And that's pretty much what's going on with that. Now, before we go any further, is Sparrow on?
Yeah, you don't see it?
Yeah.
All right, she's on. Okay, good. All right, Sparrow. Welcome, Sparrow. Technical difficulties.
Welcome, Sparrow. How are you?
Hey girl, how you doing?
I'm feeling great, as you can see.
Is that green to your hair?
Yes, it's actually green. Like during the day, it's green. Like I feel like Storm, but the other Storm, like the hood Storm.
Ghetto fabulous.
I'm Ghetto Storm. Like I'm the missing X-Men member.
Have to do it this way. Making the storm come that
Travis,
way.
don't say nothing. Don't say a damn thing, Travis.
What was I going to say?
It's all in your face.
What was I going to say?
I don't know.
I'm a fan of the X-Men.
Well, anyway.
You're with the X-Men. Okay, I got you.
Let me go ahead and introduce our guest this evening. Her name is Taylor Monai. She is a model boot camp instructor / business owner, as well as many other things.
Thank you.
And I want to welcome her to the show. Everybody give it up for Taylor Monai.
Hey everybody.
First of all, let me say this really quickly. I love your name. Okay.
Thank you.
Let me just go ahead and put that out there. Your name is pretty dope, Taylor Monai.
I was trying to be like you with that cup in the car. Hold on, wait a minute. Thank you, though. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yes.
So, Taylor, go ahead and give us a little rundown as what's going on with Taylor Monai today.
Okay, so as of now, like he said, thank you so much for my introduction. I am a model boot camp instructor. So I'm wearing the title because I'm walking in my power this year. This is my official first boot camp coming in March, and I'm really excited just to, share with the girls the knowledge that I have to get me so far in the career as of now. So I'm really excited about that. Also on the side, I am a massage therapist and a Reiki master. So I do have my own business, and that is taking off, and I'm so excited about that. And just, I'm just expanding my brand itself in a whole, doing more podcasts and just getting my name out there. So I'm really excited to see what 2022 has in store for me.
Nice.
We're excited too.
Thank you.
Any crazy things happen during massage therapy?
That's just a whole different field in itself. I have to always tell these people that I don't offer happy endings, but they always just seem to want to throw that on in there. Listen, hey, you got to draw the line right here. Okay, right here. It's just it's a love-hate thing, honestly, because you just have to find a balance in it all. I think it's a really dope skill to have, because anybody that I seem to put my hands on, they always like, Taylor, I just didn't feel this way, or all the reviews that I receive, I'm so thankful that God chose me to carry this gift. But you have to use it at discretion, because people will take it and they just, you know, how the world is. So, you know,
People
definitely have to.
Light.
Can't believe someone is actually bold enough to ask you for a happy ending. Like,
You
how do
would
you
be
do that?
surprised, like you be surprised, like how what it's gonna take for sir, I would hate to have to, you know what I'm saying, use deadly force on you, but please don't put me in a position to have to make me defend myself. I don't want to do that. You know, right. I'm really small. I'm a small girl. It take one strong arm. I don't have time to be in those situations. Okay, I do not have no time. Okay, but I love it. I really do. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy my job. I really do. So I'm very thankful for it.
How did the modeling boot camp come about?
Okay, so I've been modeling for like this last 7 or so years, and I've always saw myself as the one in front of the camera. I've always wanted to be on the runway. I always wanted to get dressed, put my makeup on, put my shoes on. Like, I want to go in front of that camera. Like, my turn, let's go. Like, I always wanted, that's just who I've always saw myself to be growing up. Since a little girl, I saw, you know, America's Next Top Model with my auntie Tyra. Hey, auntie, if you're watching this, I love you. Okay. She has been.
We was rooting for you. I had to say that.
No, seriously, like
you are a whole lot of personality. I love it.
And
I love
her personality. I said, right? You know, like, when I grow up, I'm gonna be that girl. I'm gonna be that girl. So, you know, I've had my fair share of fashion shows and photo shoots, and to me, I've done as much as I could do here in the state and in the city that I'm in. So my chance to give back is to just show the girls that are coming in, new girls that want to just take on this career, just to show them the ins and outs, and just show them that it's not just standing in front of the camera. It's not just, you know, posing. It's a whole attitude that comes with that. And you have to wear it, and you have to wear it proudly, because they will tear you down. Okay. So
you gotta know your own worth.
Yeah. So I just knew that, you know, me hosting this boot camp, just to give the girls just a little bit of insight on how I got to have far as I have in this career, and the resources and the networking that I've done, and just the connections that I've made, just to be able to pass that along to someone else. I think that that's just, you know, a beautiful thing to do. So that's what really got me started.
Like really needed in the modeling industry, because a lot of girls go out there blindly thinking that, you know, that they can sign contracts or not sign a contract or whatever the case may be. But I think things like this is definitely needed. It's needed for sure.
And it's such a lack thereof in, well, from what I've seen there, I don't see a lot of those boot camps or a lot of one-on-one classes just to give the girls the insight. And it's a lot more to it than just, it's just a lot, you know. And I think that me personally, from the experiences that I have received here, that I can't even try to, I don't forgot what I was trying to say. But no, I just think that the girls just need that. They just need some type of support, someone that they can call and actually are willing to help them. Because a lot of people, they see these girls, they see that they have the hunger, and they just take advantage. And I'm just not one to take advantage. I hate it so much for our girls out here, and just not even our girls, just models in general, just the field in general. People see them, you need a photo shoot, I'll take these pictures, and it's a mess. Okay, so I can be just a little special soothe and let me just help.
Let me ask you this: how many success stories so far from your modeling boot camp have you?
Well, like I said, this is my first official boot camp, but I have spoken to girls. I've helped a few girls, at least 3 or 4 in my career, on to, you know, helping them, leading them to the photographers, leading them to people that can help them just get their resumes together, some PR teams, things of that nature. So I would say, you know, not just 2, maybe like 3 though, only because I'm being lax on myself. I can't just be claiming everybody's fame, you know, but I do know 3 girls personally that I have helped start their career, and they have did so much so far. Actually, the last podcast I did, I met one of my model friends, and she introduced me to someone else to do another podcast, but I met her through a photo shoot that I took her on myself like a few years ago. And since I took her to that photo shoot, she's been in movies, she's been in casting commercials, everything of the sort. So she was just like, you know, this is my way to give back to you for helping me. And I was just like, you know, thank you so much for thinking of me still after all of this time, because, you know, it's just amazing that, you know, I'm the reason that she's where she is, and that she thought about me when she was on a different casting call. So it's just a networking thing.
Oh, nice. All right, very cool.
Yes,
Very
yes.
cool. So you plan on walking in Fashion Week up here one day or what?
Walked for Fashion Week a few years ago, but like I said, you know, like I am just in a different place in my life right now. I do have small children, so it's a little difficult for me to just pick up and go all the time. And sometimes, you know, that is a hindrance of mine. So because I feel like, you know, what may limit me may not limit anybody else. This year, I don't think I am walking for a New York Fashion Week. I do apologize. Maybe
Oh,
next year that'll
no.
be something on my list. To be honest, I haven't been to any of the casting calls, and I haven't been networking the way I'm supposed to get to New York Fashion Week this year. But New York Fashion Week was not on my list of things to do this year, so it just wasn't on my to-do list. But you know,
Well,
to be in the
Petee
audience.
G has like a whole thing about New York.
Okay, PDC, there you go.
Like about,
Okay,
We got
PDC,
New
so
York
there we
Fashion
go.
Week coming up for
Wait a minute,
September, so we got some plans. Maybe we can work something out.
Okay, see, there we
Maybe,
are. There we are.
you know, bring the
So,
kids. I got kids. Maybe we could do like an
Okay.
Airbnb
Okay,
together,
say
and the
less.
kids could chill and stuff. And
It takes a village. It takes a village for
It
sure. So
does.
listen, here I am
Sure.
putting myself out here to say, listen, it takes a village. So if you got it, we got it. You're there.
Well,
Do you
I'm
homeschool
waiting
your
for
kids,
it.
or do they go to school?
They are in actual school at this point. Last year was the toll. They got to get up out of here. They had to go. Okay, put a mask on, strap it up, go to school. You got to get out of here. You gotta go. Yeah.
I agree with that. And moving forward, being that it is Black History Month, and
Yes.
I just want to wish everybody good tidings, glad tidings, Black History Month. My question to Taylor is: your kids, are they learning about Black History Month in public school now, or is it being segued into almost like eradication?
So my oldest son is in the 4th grade. So their history that they're learning right now is more so like, I guess like the standard colonization and the what's the supply and demand type of thing. So they are learning about like 13 colonies and stuff of the nature, but I be keeping it 100 with my kids. They just seem to not understand that maybe like 100 years, not even so, we were slaves. They used to own us. Do you understand? That they don't like us at all. Okay, you have to understand that. It's in their DNA not to. Like, this is a real thing. And just because you're a little fair skinned doesn't mean anything. They still see you the same way. They don't care. Like, but I've always told my children the real of what the reality is right now. You as a Black man growing up in America, this is the life that this is just, it is. It's not fair, not at all, but this is definitely a real thing. It's horrible. It's really hard. But I've kept my kids up on game. I don't lie to them. I let them know what it is, and they just have to accept it for what it is. That's what I wish my mom would let it be known a little bit more raw than she tried to sugarcoat it for us. So we grew up in a bubble, and it's just like, oh, right is right and wrong is wrong. Also, side note, I grew up Jehovah's Witness, so that's just a whole whirlwind of emotions in itself. But to me, it was kind of sugarcoated. That was wrong, and the whole thing with everything but you shouldn't live like that. You should live like this. But she never, I guess it more so is like, she taught us how to be good people, but not how to be good people and maneuver in this world, being who I am in this world. So I think that played an effect on me and how I try to teach it to my children. Like, yes, it's one thing to be a good person. Yes, it's one thing to learn right from wrong, but you have to understand who you are in society to know how you have to move according to society. And if you have a way that you want to change, be a change, then you do that. But you have to understand who you are right now in this world, what role that we play right now in society, so that you can move accordingly. But that's just my take on it. So
that's why I encourage the homeschooling all the time, because of the fact that it allows you to teach your kids what
they need to know.
Yes, and then it's not because a lot of, even let's play fair. A lot of schools do have to deal with diversity. So it becomes a question of like respecting people's beliefs.
Right.
But, and then they eradicating so much information to do that, which is not good. I don't think that's the answer. But
I agree with you on that, because that's what they're trying to do. I totally
They're
agree.
like
with you.
erase
All the
it.
schools are trying to do that. They're trying to
So
make
what's
things
happening?
never happen.
what we should do as parents, like fight more for, especially because of COVID, like we was very much distracted by COVID, which is a real situation. I believe COVID is definitely something we should take seriously, definitely get vaccinated for. But also understand that, you know, while we was distracted and focused on that, you know, a lot of these laws were being created or moves that are being created to, you know, dismantle the progress we're making in our social issues, you know. And now I feel like COVID taught people how to unite, because they were like, oh shoot, we're all fighting the same enemy, which is a virus that doesn't discriminate, so we all have to unite and come together. We did a good job of doing that, you know. So now let's unite our movements so that we can come up with solutions to help with the social issues and not allow the distraction of fighting the mandations get in our way. You know, I don't, it's like a teenager. You tell a teenager, don't date that young man. What
Yeah.
is she gonna do?
Hate the young man.
Yeah, but
So-
each state still has a state mandate, state board, you know, school board mandate. They still
Yes.
have to take a particular test. They still have to have certain curriculums under their belt. So at what point do you, as the parent, you know, fight against what you have to mandate for your kid? You know what I mean? In order for them to be able to still get the education that they need while they're home, right?
Well, homeschool them, and then the teachers should be getting paid by the city, and the school system should have them work from home, and they could virtually teach more students too that way too. They could cover a lot more students. So now we're no longer dealing with the overcrowded issues of classrooms. How many times good schools couldn't, you know, with higher curriculums, couldn't had a overcrowdedness. Those are, you know, we shouldn't even have that type of level, like different levels of curriculum. Everyone should get the equal levels of curriculum. And then on top of that, parents and students should also have a say in what they choose to learn. Because if you're telling a child, you could be whatever you want to be, then how do you teach them that? Let's start teaching that now in school. What do you want to be? Astronaut? Okay, let's gear your course towards those who are in astrophysics and stuff like that.
I like that. I like that. But you know, everybody learns differently. Kids are different. Everybody's so different. So that's probably like, you know, and they try to give them one basic type of curriculum, and it doesn't work for everybody like that. Some people don't learn visually. They have to put their hands on the situation to actually get the information down in their brains. And I know that for sure, because my baby is a little different. And I'm looking at him sometimes like, if Johnny had, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a good teacher. Okay. I can't put it on myself to be the one to teach him. I don't have the patience for it. Okay. He has to go to someone else that's going to teach him. But I do like the idea of, this is what you want to do, then let's try to focus your career path on this. But then, you know, they're little children. So, you know, they change their mind just like we all change our minds. So
I want to play devil's advocate with the homeschooling really quickly. Do you feel that your kid is getting enough education? Because like, just like how you said, you're not a teacher, right? And you don't have the patience for it, but your kid is slightly struggling with the curriculum. So then at that point, you know, what do? I
think you would just have to do the same thing if he was in regular school. Oh, you're talking to me. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I'm
no.
Everyone, yeah, go ahead.
Anyone can answer.
I just feel like though, even if he was in an actual school setting and he was having a difficulty with the subject, then you would have to get him a tutor that's going to help him to understand the subject more than I can. I can't help you, baby. I know the math. It's in my brain already. I don't even know how I got there. All I'm telling you is that I know it, and I'm trying to get you to understand it, and you're not clearly understanding. So you know what? I got something for you. Don't you worry about it. I'm gonna call my homegirl up. Homegirl, help my baby. You know what I'm saying?
And then that's where we can include our communities, because
networking. It's a village.
Well,
Yes,
you know what?
and then that
I-
allows us to protect our kids more because now
I
we're
respect
invested
that.
in.
I totally respect that. But let me just say this. Now, I grew up in a household where both my parents were teachers, and it was brutal because
For
they were
you.
home whenever I was home. It was awful. Whenever
For
we had a
you.
break,
I'm
they had a
sorry.
break. So we couldn't get away with anything. But let me just say this. During this whole pandemic, I saw a lot of parents who had their kids at home and they were doing online school. And I saw a lot of parents that weren't able to even grasp some of the concepts that were being taught. I think there was a newfound, not only did I think, I really feel there's a newfound respect for the teacher because these parents have never been more happy to send their kids back to school. And to be honest, a lot of the kids have never been more happy to go back to school.
Honestly, it's a break. It's a break because you're with your kid 24/7 if they're not in school, right? Especially when they're younger. But when they're a little older, you have a little bit more of a stretch because they're a little bit more independent.
But,
Right.
But when they're in the single digits,
the year that they did the virtual learning, it was third grade, and I think third grade is like that transition year from like the really elementary school things to now you have to do real math. Now we're multiplying and we're doing division and stuff like that. And they were home, and my child needs that interaction. He needs a face on. He needs somebody to sit next to him and talk to him, or he's somewhere else. And
exactly.
So let me just say,
sorry.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but let me just say this. Now, on the flip side, I've seen homeschooling and I've seen Sparrow homeschool, and it was the most amazing transition I've ever seen. And I've never seen homeschooling before. But it's not only did Sparrow homeschool, Sparrow did everything else on top of that. So Sparrow, I salute you for being a homeschooling mother. And on top of that, everything else that went on in the house. So I salute you for that.
Salute.
Yes, ma'am. No, because that's
Khadijah, our favorite millennial. Do we have a millennial report?
Well, based off the conversation, I always say that because it changes. I could have one, but I'm just saying. I'm finding it really interesting how you guys are talking about a little bit of everything when it comes to just child development. And so my frustration would be is that I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Do you guys think the fact that children have to stay home, and I do believe this, the fact that they have to stay home and they are not homeschooled, they're virtually schooled or takes away from their attention span?
Or their social skills.
And their social skills. I find that personally for me, and this is a frustration for me personally.
I feel that their social skills are actually better, and this has been proven because they don't meet the social demands that school, when you go to school, a lot of insecurities, I don't know about you, but most of my insecurities of thinking I was ugly as a kid or anything didn't come from me being home. I was told I was beautiful at home. It came from the kids in school calling me ugly and all that other stuff. So,
but my question,
a child who got bullied, no, I don't think so. If you have to check the bullying. No one's checking the bullying.
I can understand that, and then my other part of that is now they are looking at everything online. So now this is what I'm saying. So it goes from you were in school where you saw people like you and you interacted, and yes, maybe you got bullied or whatever, but that kind of forces you to like have to toughen and not get over it, but
you're saying it right.
Nope.
But
I'm going to correct that.
Saying,
can I finish that? And because a lot of people, let me tell you something.
Can I finish though?
Wait, no, I'm going to correct that. It didn't make me tougher. It made me depressed. It made me suicidal.
But it
didn't toughen me up.
Go ahead,
Khadijah. Go ahead. I need to hear Khadijah.
What I'm trying to say, it's two parts. If you were to let me finish, but no, I get it. That's why I was like, I'm gonna just go ahead and take a couple puffs real quick and get back to it. But that's why I said, but I did say I am playing devil's advocate because with people and kids and growing up, it can go either way. Right. And so that's the first part. And then when they're home and on social media or whatever, the world is now telling them what beautiful is. The world is now telling them how they interact and don't interact.
But they were going through that in school too.
Exactly. But the whole thing is that when you're in school, it's in person. So now my question is, if your kid never goes through that through childhood, what does their adulthood look like when they have their first instance of racism or bullying or whatever, because they weren't
They will be
around it?
indignant and they will stand up because they weren't conditioned to accept it. They weren't conditioned to bow your head and just tough enough. They never experienced that, and how dare you? How dare you? Oh my gosh! Guess what? I didn't grow up like all in the ghetto in the hood and shit. But
I never grew up in the hood.
I grew up
But
around
the
white
thing is,
kids.
let me interject really quickly.
Privilege
You
mentality.
have
Go ahead, Terry, go ahead.
have a thick layer of
God, you're
skin.
bothering me?
Wait,
Fuck
hold on,
yeah, I
Sparrow.
had that
Sparrow, hold on.
mentality.
All right, this is the
Sparrow,
last
hold
time
on.
I play devil's advocate.
Wait, hold on. Terry,
Oh,
go ahead,
please
Terry.
don't,
Terry
Khadijah.
TV.
I like when you play devil's advocate. And
Nah,
again,
because it brings out
I
both,
just wanna know.
both
Just-
sides. So yeah,
All right,
yeah,
hold
I
on.
see
Go
both
ahead, Terry.
sides.
yeah.
No, what I was gonna say is I empathize with both sides, right? I get where Khadijah is going because it's a real thing. And you have to understand that all of us have gone through the school system. We all made it out okay. And I understand, Sparrow, that yes, you dealt with a lot of things.
Wait, hold on, Sparrow.
Hold on a second. Let me say this. I understand that you dealt with depression, you dealt with suicidal thoughts, you dealt with all of those things, right?
Yep.
And that was a result of being in the public school system. But it all starts at the home. Quite honestly speaking, it starts at the home.
Yes.
And then at home, once you're at home with your parents and they tell you how things are on the outside, then you are going to be faced with it, whether you're at home or not. Your kid is going to be faced with some form of adversity.
Go to high school when they're ready to, because there's an age when the kids are truly ready to venture out. I'm not saying keep your kids underneath your thumb and suppress their growth. I'm saying that there's a certain point we can't protect their innocence in school, because first of all, teachers are violating children too. Let's not forget about that.
Right.
And then we're all these things our children are vulnerable to, right? The school systems have also this over here in New York State, no child left behind type of concept. Did you know how many times I saw that my stepdaughter wasn't learning the work and they were passing her? She wasn't doing homework and they were passing her and everything. And then
that is why you have a parent. That is why you have a concerned parent that comes out and say and comes out swinging, right?
Education system to educate your kids.
Yes, but then it's up to you to tell them, because they mandated that shit for like the whole nation.
What they do
Nobody's
is they turn around, they're like,
yeah,
we're mandated reporters, ACS, because you're gonna take our word over everybody else's. This bitch is crazy. Come and get her kids, and that's what they do.
That's why they've created things like PTA and things of that nature, because you can be an involved parent. I'm an involved parent. I was any type of instance that happened with my sons in school, especially when they were in elementary school, I was present. I was at that school. I took off from work and made sure that my voice was fucking heard, because that was the type of parent I was. All the teachers, all of the administrators knew Mrs. Clark.
I ain't arguing with no hater.
Let me just jump in.
I ain't arguing no hating teacher.
Hold
I'm
on,
not taking
Sparrow.
my money and my time to argue with a teacher who should be doing their job. And then if they're not doing a job, there should be consequences to that. And if I can't hold you accountable, and then you could hold me accountable as a parent for neglecting all that other stuff, then I'm not free. That's a slave system, and that's not school. That's not an education system. That's not education.
Hold on for a second. You know what, Terry? Really quickly, I can honestly say, for what you were talking about, yeah, parents are heavily involved.
Yeah, definitely.
I can honestly say that if I came home and I was, and if I was actually being picked on, which I did, and Travesty can attest to it, I was actually picked on. I know Travesty likes to say I was a gangster in school, but I got picked on.
Okay.
We all have gone through that.
Some of us handle it differently.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Because when it happened to me, I was getting back.
Wait, hold on.
Because I got you back. Others don't do it that way. Some kids are more sensitive.
Yeah, but then you have to come. Okay, for example, and this is what. Sorry, what brought me to this?
Let me finish. Let me just finish. So one time, I'll never forget this, and Travesty can attest to this. I was dealing with it, and this was a private school we were going to. It was basically, it wasn't even black versus white in the school. It was rich versus working class, poor, however you want to look at it. And I can definitely attest to that, because this school had its rich kids, and it definitely had us, and I definitely lump us all in because we were the working class. We came from the working class side. And I came home one day and I was really, I'm not gonna lie, I was really upset because I was getting picked on, and it wasn't for the fact of anything other than the fact that we didn't have money. And that's what it was. So my father.
Hold on. Who was picking on you though? Who was this? Was it?
It's him.
We're gonna beat them up right now.
To
Give
be
us
honest,
their address.
to be honest, we handled it. We handled it outside of school. We took care of it. But
Okay.
Yeah, he knows. But when I
I
got
was wondering who it was, you know.
I just went through so much stuff of watching my stepdaughter being silenced in the school systems using when she was going through her abuse and her stuff. And it's just too much.
Sparrow, hang on. And this is why I agree with Terry TV about the parents, because when I got off that bus and unfortunately we had to take those short buses, which was even worse, you know. I got off that short bus and my father looked at me. He's like, "What's the matter with you?" And I told him what was going on. And what did he say to me? He goes, literally, he dropped the F-bomb, toughen up, go back there and handle your business. So,
exactly.
And I went back there. I handled it in about, let's see, my sophomore year into junior year, I got thrown out of the school because I was accused of running an organized gang, but that's a whole different story.
Brian.
Peter, what?
He said we are going to take our power back. I don't know what you're
Basically.
talking about.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that I think about society and like micro and macro. School is kind of like a training ground for kids for when they get into the real world.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna be honest. It's like my sister. My sister would bully cousins, brother, anyone in the household. And then so she goes to school and comes back one day, and she tells my mom someone's bullying her, but she's like super emotional about it. And then we kind of both came to the conclusion that, okay, well then you can't take what you dish out. You want to be a bully at home, but you went out into the real world, school, and figured out that you can't defeat everyone. You can't bully everyone. And now you want to sit here and cry. Toughen up, kid.
I want to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. And that's exactly, I sat there and said to myself, when I rolled back to school that day, do I take the beating from my father? Or do I take
you know what I'm saying? You got to pick your battles.
Yeah, because
it is a little mini battleground.
Like
school is a battleground.
It is.
She used to be like, I'm your sister. If anyone asks, I'm your sister. I'm not your mom. She was ready to throw down.
Sparrow said the same thing. I'm your 16-year-old sister.
I'm just saying that how are we gonna fight? This is where social issues start. It starts in our interactions as children and what we're taught is right and wrong. And then if we are just saying that, oh, bullies toughen us up, then what are we fighting for?
No, not necessarily that. You teach them how to go about it. Because again, now this is where
there's no accountability. That's the problem.
But there is, and this is where the twist is in this story. With my sister, the person that was bullying her, guess what? Today they are best friends. Believe it or not.
Me and my best friend, she was a bully to me, and then
it's the way you teach a child. It's again the home.
That's why
I said it starts at the home. Yeah,
that's why I said it starts at the home.
Yeah,
it really does.
Really quickly, we got to move on, but I just want to shout this out to Travesty really quickly. Travesty, you know who I'm talking about because we went and handled it at that party over in West End. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So anyway,
then he got gangster.
Well, listen, it was either that or my father would whoop my ass, and I didn't want to deal with that beating because he didn't play with it. Really quickly, we have a shots fired, and this came out, but the fact is it was really geared towards Christy. Does anybody want to defend Christy on this shots fired before I read it? If not, we'll move on.
Well, what is it?
Uh-oh.
Who wants to defend Christy?
I'll do it.
Who? Khadijah?
Me. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well,
if I can't, I'm gonna pass it.
All right. Well,
because I don't even know what it's about right now.
I want to know what it's about. Now, was this about the conversations we was having last week about the men and the women thing?
That's right. This was the conversation.
Okay, so I can't do this. Yes, it has to be a woman. It has to be a woman.
Right, and before Taylor Monai weighs on this, because I know Taylor's automatically going to agree on not the shots fired, but she'll agree if she watched last episode. She'll definitely agree with the fact that men are conditioned not to listen to women from day one. Taylor, before you weigh in on that, let me just go with the shots fired. This comes from Ed in Brooklyn. This goes out to the ladies of US Roundtable, especially Christy. I am married to my wife for 25 years, and every day we both work together and compromise to keep our marriage strong. I don't know who your partners, husbands / significant others are. It sounds like you have a communication with no compromising, and you just want a one-way street going your way. That's
wow.
Whoa.
And Christy.
Okay, he went in.
And Christy, it keeps going.
Bang.
And Christy.
Those are bombs right there.
And it says, Christy, save your confirmation briefs for the military unless you and your significant other are saving the world on a super secret mission. You are a civilian, start acting like one.
Wow.
Things don't need to be repeated. When I apologize, you can bet I know what I'm apologizing for. We are not children. We know what we are agreeing / apologizing to. As far as Christy's keys to answering the so-called test, take those keys to the hardware store and have a new set made. When a man says to his wife, I hear you, I see you, I will try to do better, that gives her the upper hand. You should both work on doing better together. Ed. All right, Ed. Shots fired.
Well, okay, Ed.
It sounds like someone's having
Who's
a
gonna
tantrum.
take a stab at that?
Oh, wow. So,
congrats, Ed, for being the biggest.
Yo, Peter.
Someone needs
I
a
feel
nipple.
like I've been heard.
It sounded like someone
That's
needs a
right. We have been heard, Travesty. We have been heard.
You're definitely backed up.
So
he just wanted to be heard, and we have been heard.
He wanted us to say his name on this podcast.
Okay.
So,
I hear you.
I was about to say someone ain't getting it.
Somebody not getting it. Somebody not getting
clarifying his stance perfectly, and she is too. That's why you had to come at us.
Right, so
bang ish.
Instead of poking,
we got you covered.
Instead of poking and throwing insults at Ed, Ed went ahead and took his time to write this email.
I see. He put a lot of
that was a long email
into
too.
that.
Like,
a lot of thought came into that one.
He was very passionate in that email.
Very so.
Like
sounded like a tantrum shot.
He was passionate as hell. Okay.
Khadijah, do you want to answer that, or do you want to defer?
Go ahead, Khadijah.
That was no real comeback for that.
That's a hard one because I remember in that episode, which it wasn't, but he did address all of the ladies of US Roundtable #1, specifically coming from Chrissy.
Okay.
First one I said, I did mention compromising and everything else of asking a man a question of, well, what is this? What is that? Blah, say blah. I would say if it doesn't apply to you, then it's not for you.
Listen.
Simple. Then we weren't.
I mean, that's the simple math of it.
I'm just essentially I can go on a long rant, but since men like for women to get to the point, if it doesn't apply to you, it wasn't for you. But a majority of men are not like you. So mind your business, keep it moving. We'll see you on the next episode.
I love that answer.
She said what needed to be said. That was it. That's
literally.
You and your wife, y'all figured it out. It's for the rest of us who's still trying.
So I
don't know.
Sex life to you and your wife.
I don't know.
Basically.
Travesty, if you hear me. So in other words, no matter what happens, we are always wrong. We just have to deal with it.
Bottles, that's
no, that's not true.
Oh yeah,
we're always wrong. We're always wrong.
They want too much.
Really quickly, as we all know, next week we're going to be off because it's the Super Bowl. But more importantly, it's also Valentine's Day. So,
oh boy,
yes, Valentine's Day is rolling around. I believe it's the Monday after Super Bowl Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
So to everybody out there who feels Valentine's Day is a fallacy and it's just a way for retail stores to make money.
It is.
If you
it's the biggest scam ever, you know it.
It is a scam.
So is Christmas.
But hey,
You have like date nights and doing those things already before.
So how many?
Nah, I'm not really a big.
But I do enjoy the pampering of Valentine's Day. I'm not gonna get
I
it.
hope women are not taking off to get 2 balloons and candy to be sucking on some D. That's all I'm asking. Ladies, don't be doing that.
Okay, so
take your ass to work.
That's the thing too that I actually hate about Valentine's Day. I think I'm a little different in a lot of ways when it comes to a woman, but Valentine's Day is like meh. And then it's not always about the man having to romance the woman. I actually enjoy doing it for my boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's a misconception that Valentine's Day is more of a woman's
holiday. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Holiday.
I think it should
than it
just
is a
be an
man.
opportunity to express love openly. Like people,
Also,
I
too,
like
if you miss
that's
it,
what I
it's
like about
okay.
it. It
Like,
allows people to come out and say, "I really like you." That was too afraid to do it. And stuff. That's the cute part. We gotta appreciate the.
Yeah, when you're like
comes
8
But
to
out.
why
9 days
isn't
old.
Valentine's Day every
Celebrate love
day
enough.
though? Like if you're in a relationship, Valentine's Day should be every day.
but that's exactly to my point,
yeah,
is
I
that
agree with that.
because I feel like here it can, I mean, of course there's always going to be something, but I feel like there are days when it's already Valentine's Day, so why stress it?
I respect that. I respect that.
Cuddling and just chilling, watching your favorite show, whatever. It's just
all right. Well, let me ask the ladies of the U.S. Roundtable this, and Taylor, you are one of the ladies this week of the U.S. Roundtable as well. How many of you ladies are going to go ahead and watch the Super Bowl with your man on Sunday?
Oh boy!
I mean, if you want to watch it, I'm team my man. You know what I'm saying, babe? Whatever team you're going for. I'm not even into sports, so I can't even lie and act like it. I'm probably gonna get on his nerves. I'm gonna ask him any questions. So they tell me to get out. Go, just go, babe. Go get me. You know what I'm saying? Go.
Wait,
get out.
Taylor, do you do that on purpose just so you don't have to watch it?
Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Travesty,
yes.
You want to weigh in on this, Travesty?
Just
I
being.
mean, it's good. For the,
It's either you're gonna teach me so I can understand.
It's good for the missus to
to
sit there and watch the game with you. I think it's a good thing. But if they're really not interested, then they shouldn't have to. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like a drag for them. So, you know what I mean?
Well, Super Bowl is not even about the game anyway. It's more so about the commercials. We all know that.
And the halftime show, because I'll be watching the performance.
And the halftime show.
Well,
Right.
this year's halftime show is supposed to be crazy now. You got Jay-Z, you got Mary J. Blige, you got Eminem, you got Kendrick Lamar. So it's going to be lit. This
Okay.
This halftime show should be lit. Dr. Dre and all. Yeah, it's going to be ill.
It'll give social media something to talk about for sure.
But for a long time.
That's why U.S. Roundtable will be taking that weekend off, because the men of U.S. Roundtable, we have to gear up for that. That's a 2-day affair. I mean, I got to be honest with you. And on top of that, we have to get ready for Valentine's Day that Monday.
Right after it.
Exactly. And this question is going out to everybody right now, U.S. Roundtable and internet world and everything else. How often should a couple actually have relations?
I think
Twice a week.
I think as much as both of them agree. Okay, it has to be a mutual.
At what age?
Thing.
All right.
We have to think about so many different
Wait,
things,
hold
though.
on.
We have to think about the schedules. Do they have kids?
Terry
Do they have
TV
lives
said,
And what
outside of that?
age? 20?
Wait, hold on.
60?
Terry TV said twice a week. Terry TV, you said twice a week?
I said at least twice a week. At least the
twice
bare
a week.
minimum.
All right, bare minimum twice a week. Sparrow?
Me?
Yeah.
I like to go hard for a bit and then take a break.
Yeah, but how many times a week, Sparrow?
She said every day, damn it.
Oh, she said every day?
Every day until she gets tired.
I go hard, and then Mama needs to take a break and do some Kegel work, and then go.
Then go right back in. And go right back in. Okay, yeah.
Yes, I like that actually.
I'm with Sparrow.
All right. Khadijah, our favorite millennial, would you like to weigh in on how many times?
How many times a week? As many times as it allows.
Well, what's the it part? You're talking about the it meaning?
Meaning if there's a time and you're cuddling or play fighting and it just rolls into that, then yeah.
She's thinking from a millennial perspective. We're not talking about people like me that got kids. That got
no, we ain't got none of those. We got pets.
Okay, so you know what? I want to go ahead and just weigh in on that. Being that I'm in my 40s now, I am 48 years old.
You look amazing.
You look great.
Thank you, appreciate that. Twice a week minimum. Any more than that, it's a bonus for me.
I was gonna say 2 to 3.
I would love more than that.
It depends on how freaky. It depends on how freaky you are. Does that
include like foreplay or just sex all the way?
The whole thing. We're talking about from beginning to end. Maybe even some 5 play. You millennials don't know
Oh,
about
wow.
that.
What's the 5? What can you tell me what that is? What's the 5? Like,
You're not millennial, you don't know about the
my notebook. Hold on.
You don't know about the 5th play. That we have to discuss offline.
Okay, we gotta call me and tell me or put me up on game. Don't be having me out here in the blind. I want to know.
It's something he made up. He's always making stuff up. I don't know.
Travis knows about that 5 play. He's just not saying nothing right now.
Well,
I'm trying to see what that be
what I'm
like.
saying is that, I mean, whoever, just, it depends. Like, you can always summon someone.
Ooh, see, now you're talking my language, Khadijah.
Yeah, just be like, hey, you, me.
See, I was thinking about just pulling them in, like, energetically. Like, think about it.
Yeah, word.
and then
Walk
they'll
into
think
that
about
room.
it.
Well, let me know. Walk in. You ready? For what? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Yes. Yes. It's not really an issue, especially for a woman.
Just give the smile.
Yeah, especially for a woman, it's not hard to. And I'm gonna say this to women in the world, whoever's watching, don't be afraid to walk in your man's room and just ask,
And
because
take
they
that.
will.
Grab
I have
you up
literally.
and
Okay, I'm not gonna
I
get that
wouldn't even,
far.
if I'm
but
walking in the
you
room, I'm not
can.
asking nothing. I'm just gonna get on top and do what I do.
Wow.
That's what
And well, it depends on what they're doing. You don't want to.
I
They
don't
have
care
to
what
put a
they're
food
doing.
in hand.
Yeah, I'll wait for it later, baby. I want it now. Don't worry about
I don't care
it.
what they're
Yeah.
doing.
have
They can
fun,
wait.
get cute with it, joke,
I'm
laugh.
just saying, ladies of the world, summon your man. He will come.
Travesty.
It's that simple. You can
Literally
wait.
and
You don't have to wait.
figuratively.
Travesty, you want to weigh in on this, Travesty? How many times a couple should have sex a week?
We're
Travesty?
waiting. Travis, really? We are waiting. Answers hello.
He say, listen.
I mean, it depends. It depends. But see, my question was, you mean like now at this age?
I would
'Cause
say
I'm
you
like,
know, yeah,
Peter, I'm
what-
40. I'm about to be
Oh
48 in
my
a couple of months. So, you know what I'm
You look
saying?
good. Okay,
Jesus.
yay.
I do
Like,
thank you.
don't crack.
Thank you. But
If
more
there's
than
a will,
twice. I
there's a
wouldn't want
way.
to do it more than twice a week. But you know, sometimes people are tired or there's the things going on
That's
and you
right.
just drag.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if
Yeah.
it's like let's say you on like a vacation or something and you just chill and relax, and you're there for like a week or something.
Every night.
Every day.
What? Yeah.
At least.
Every day.
That's what I mean. There should be a
And then
time
if
period
there's no
where
kids
people are-
around and all this, and even if there
Yeah,
is, you might be
late.
able to sneak. You know what I'm saying? It all depends.
You know something? You know, I agree with you, Travesty. You know what? Like that movie, The Purge, where it's what is it? One night? There should be just one night of endless sex. I mean, just endless sex. Make it a
Go
week.
for it.
A week of endless sex.
Don't even leave the bed. Just order room service. You know what I mean? Just eat your food in your bed and then turn around and have sex after that.
I agree.
Right on the
Don't even
I'm
leave
right
the
there with
bed.
you on that. Endless, you know what? And I also agree. If you're on vacation, it should be endless sex. If you're on vacation, you got
You
nothing.
know, I'm gonna give you guys a fun fact.
Actually,
I used to literally like book a hotel room and then call over. It was Elijah, and just do that. Just have fun, smoke, chill. Literally, why did I leave the house? I don't
That's
know. I
fun.
just felt like I wanted to go somewhere else. So
And just
I
have a
would.
good time.
Because sometimes
I
the
would look
scenery
up
can
a-
change.
I think they
things,
call
too.
those
Yeah.
staycations.
You know what I'm saying?
Those
In a
are called
different
Yeah.
location
staycations.
instead of your
I
own
just.
bedroom.
I was
it's
still
like
in
the
Jersey,
same
but I was in
thing.
a hotel room. So
Yeah, that
I mean,
can
yeah.
work. That can
A
work.
nice little
I've
staycation is
done that in
always
the
a good.
city.
Mhm.
Taylor Monai, I just want to let you know this is at the point where we go to what's known as going to the close, and we all do our sign-offs. And we really enjoyed having you on the show.
No, thank you all for having me. I really appreciate the laughs and just the good energy all in all. Like, I'm just so excited to be here. I'm so thankful for this opportunity. So I appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. And at
We
this
love
point,
having you.
if you want to go ahead,
Very nice.
Taylor, if you want to go ahead and do your sign off, give some shout outs to people, by all means, go ahead and do your sign off because we're going to start the sign off. Go ahead, Taylor.
All right, I just want to say thank you everybody for tuning in. My name is Taylor Monai. You can follow me on Instagram. It's _I am Taylor Monai, MONAI. And again, thank you all for following me. I love you all. See you later.
Awesome. Khadijah, our favorite millennial.
You had to do it right as I took a drink. Yeah, Wilhelmina, you weren't here. Taylor, you weren't here, but this is a hot toddy.
It's really cute. I like that cup.
Right?
It's an ill cup, isn't it? I told her. That's
It's
an
a
ill cup.
dope.
It's
a really
a
dope-
unicorn.
it's a really dope cup.
It's a unicorn. I got it
I
for
love
Christmas. I love it. Okay, so Wilhelmina, you want to sign off? Because caught me off guard. It's hitting. I'm sorry.
No, sure. First, I want to say, keep going out there, keep fighting for your changes, guys. Don't give up. Keep doing what you're doing. We're making progress, and let's just recognize the sacrifices that our leaders make, you know, in regards to going out there and fighting the good fight, the threats they got to deal with, the things that they have to deal with, going out there and putting themselves out there and protesting also makes them targets. And respect that, respect the movement, respect where it's going, and let's keep it going. So that's what I have to say.
All right, Terry TV.
Make sure you guys are following the US Roundtable Podcast on all social media platforms. We love you guys. Thank you for supporting us.
All right, Khadijah, our favorite millennial. You ready?
Yes.
No, she's not ready.
He said, I got it. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
You okay?
No, I'm good. I'm good. It's just, okay. Peace, love, and happiness. Love all of you guys. I had fun playing Devil's Advocate. We are on Spotify now, which I love. Thank you, Petee G. We are. And everyone have a great Super Bowl weekend. I don't watch sports, but if that's you, do you. I'll be watching the halftime show. Well, we're not on next week.
Oh, okay. That's right.
So you guys enjoy, and I'll be watching the halftime show some other time.
All right. Thank you very much, Khadijah, our favorite millennial. And I just want to wish everybody good times, good health, wear your mask, and be very careful Valentine's Day. It's one of the worst days to drive because you know what everybody's thinking about. Wear your mask, be safe, and Travesty, over to you.
We out.